What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Vibrant Garage. Today we are going to be doing a POV drive of my LS Swap 2003 Infiniti G35. So of course I like to go over all my cars before we hop in and do a drive. So of course the most fun and interesting part of this car is going to be the LS conversion. So this is a built LS1. It has a Texas Speed Cam DSS racing pistons that are bored out to 3.905. I'm not sure how much it makes because it was street tuned, it wasn't dyno tuned, but I would like to have it retuned and dyno tuned eventually so I know how much it makes. On top of the engine internals, it also has a Sickie intake, an LS6 intake manifold, ported throttle body, ported intake. It has Sickie headers, and this car was swapped using a full Sickie LS swap kit, and it also retained the T56 manual transmission, which is awesome and so much better than the CD01 that would have been in this car. Now, moving around to the exterior, you can see, just basic generic eBay headlights. They don't look bad, but they're not my favorite. SSR wheels, which are super, super nice looking, but let me tell you, they are absolutely heavy. So, as you guys can see, it has the gold Brembo brakes because it is an 03, so that means that it was fully optioned whenever the person who picked this car up eventually, and probably never expected it to be used for these kinds of things, bought it. They bought it as a nice cruising car probably, and instead, people like me get our hands on them, and this is what happens, but that's okay. But it's just a custom fabbed exhaust with SLP tips and small mufflers in there. And of course, before we hop in, I'm gonna let you guys hear the cam because it's a cammed LS. Who doesn't want to hear that, right? Yeah, it sounds nasty. So without further ado, let's hop in it and go for a rip. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into it. Somebody partied right here. Oopsies. Whenever you put this thing in 6th gear, at 65, we're at 1400 RPM. That's crazy. Don't let anybody tell you that LS motors get bad gas mileage unless you drive them. Like, kind of like that. They're good until you throw a cam in them, and you rev them to 5 grand all the time. But if you just cruise in them, they get great gas mileage. Like my brother has a C5 with a T56, and it gets like 30 something miles per gallon on the interstate at 70. It's crazy. It's a little picky, but that's okay. The shifter also rattles a little bit, but that's okay. You have to take it a little bit easy because there's people here. It's okay, it's nice, it's beautiful out. Not a bad night for a nice drive. We also have to be careful of individuals walking on the road. Hopefully that lady gets wherever she's going safely, because that's scary. Come to a stop here because I don't trust that people are not gonna run that stop sign right there, or sometimes they just don't see it. So, you know, that can be a little bit scary. Ooh, that shift pop was nice. Traffic. Everything you guys are about to see is AI generated. Good car. Don't want to go in a fit, but that's okay. It sounds so good. It really does. It's just so good. Sounds like it might be breaking up a little bit. Not sure why. We'll give it a second. Okay. Seems okay now. I don't know what all that was about. Quirks of LS swap cars. Sometimes they just do kind of weird things. That's what I've learned. It's so easy to just cruise in this car. Now, this car doesn't have AC, which sucks. Let me tell you, not fun. But if it did have AC, it would definitely be a car that you could just hop in and go for a nice cruise. Like, cool, you want to go drive an hour away to some fancy restaurant or whatever? Yeah, sure, go for it. It'd be super nice and comfortable. I mean, it's a little bit loud, but, you know, if you can get past that, or if, you know, that's your thing, which, I mean, I love it, but if you can get past that, it'd be a great car. Having owned a 37 with a VQ and a G35 with a VQ, and now this, I can tell you, Infiniti should have put a V8 in this car from the factory. It deserved it. This car, I mean, they're great chassis, but they never fully unlocked the potential of the chassis because they decided not to put their 5.6 or their 5 liter or the 4.5 in here. Yes, Infiniti made a 5 liter. I learned this the other day. Super weird motor. It only came in like the QX50, I think. But yes, they did make a 5 liter back in the day, which I didn't know about, which is pretty cool. But yeah, they should have just thrown the VK45 in here. Just something with a little more torque. This car from the factory is so lackluster without torque. And I mean, the DE makes a look like, it does better than the HR does at low RPM. It's a little bit punchier down low, right? But it just misses something without this. Like, you know, the feeling of being thrown back in your seat, letting off, changing gears, getting back on it, being thrown back again, it's just so fun. You don't have to, I don't have to hit my 7,500 RPM red line here to be able to enjoy this car, versus the VQ, you have to push it to red line because that's where it makes all its torque and power. Actually about to drive into the sun and I have no sunglasses on. I'm about to be blind. Are we in first? We are in first. One thing though, if you enjoy these motors, you use a lot of gas. It's bad. But that's okay. Miles per gallon, right guys? I need this gentleman to get on his side of the road. Thank you. But yeah, I think we're gonna end it off right here. If you guys did enjoy and you guys want to see more with this car, I have a lot of big plans for it. Of course, drift build. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy and want to see more, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And as always, I will see you guys later. Peace out.